everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be talking about the 1946 to 1949 Roosevelt silver dimes that you're going to want to be looking for. There's a lot of cherry picker errors and varieties that are compressed into this short span that will add significant values to these coins. And the way that we're going to do it, I have a presentation that shows all of them. I'll explain them. And these are all of the ones that are recognized by the major grading companies as attributable varieties, so really everything that you want to be searching for. And then I'll also have prices below at different condition points. If it's in a really nice condition when you find the error, going to be worth a lot more. So let's get right into it, not waste any more time, and start the presentation. And here is the first of the errors from the 40s, and it's a double die obverse and double die reverse, so the errors are paired in this case, and you can see a clear spread in the In God We Trust on the front of the coin. It's very, very strong separation in all of the lettering, and then when you go to the back of the coin, it's not quite as clear, but you have somewhat, it's definitely there in terms of having bars in the tops of the E and the R, a little bit of a split serif in the I and the C, but really can see it in the front of the coin. So AU55 values are at around $17, Mint State 63, $25, and Mint State 65 is $60. There's a lot of errors here, but I'm a little surprised they're not worth more. Often the dime errors don't quite fetch as much money. There's also a one where it's only a double die obverse, and this can be also seen in the In God We Trust, especially in the Trust. Just some clear separation in the bottom bars, in the bottom of the U, bottom of the S, bottom of the T. AU55 is $20, Mint State 63 is $50, and Mint State 65 is $150. So, also you can see just the bars all through the In God We Trust, and not a bad one to be looking for. There's also one where there's more prominence of the doubling in the date. You can also still see more strong doubling. This is more notable, and the prices actually reflect that. This is a little bit more of what I was talking about in terms of where I would imagine the prices to be. A lot of extra thickness, but still clear separation in the E and the T, in the N. And then over here, 1946, also just especially in the 4, in the side of the 6, it's clearly different. Mint State 63 is $175, and Mint State 65 is $850. If we go to the back of the coin, there's going to be a double die reverse. There's clear in the United. There's it's westward spreading, and then also a significant in the left kind of. It's not the torch. I forget what like the leaf, left leaf, I guess. In the bottom, there's significant spread in kind of the spike. This one is going to range from $35 in AU55 all the way up to about $150 in Mint State 65. Next, we're going to have the repunched mint mark on the 1946 D Roosevelt dime. These are going to be found on the backs of the coins, and in this case, the repunching is not that obvious. It's a little bit in a southward spread, though it's pretty difficult to see over here, but I guess it's kind of like extra thickness, as it seems to have been worn down a little bit, but you can see it there clear underneath. And this is going to be $25 AU55. Then Mint State coins are like $50 to $125. There's also a 46S Roosevelt dime error without the serif. So normally you're going to want to see, you will see an S with a serif here. There's clearly the wrong S that has been used. And this one is very valuable, actually. $250 to $750 is generally the numbers that people are paying. Though these can kind of range, all these values can range more than normal, because sometimes the error market can be either two people who really want a coin or two people don't, or only one person cares, then it doesn't sell for very much. But yeah, you're looking for this no serif coin. There's also a double die reverse and RPM on the 1946 S. In the America, you can see some slight spreading, a little bit of notching in the upper corner of the E and the M. And then the S is repunched with the protrusion a little bit above all throughout the coin. This one's worth $13 in AU55 up to $55 in Mint State 65. There's also one of these that has a little bit stronger of a spread on the United. This one's more north, though. It's very toned, so it's not quite as easy to see, but it's going to be more north-south. And then the repunch mint mark, there's a little bit kind of coming out of the bottom of the S, and AU55 is a $30 coin all the way up to Mint State 65, which is $85. Then there's also just a plain repunch mint mark on the 1946 S. and this one is kind of clear, though here, both of these are the same error. This one, you can see it coming out of the back or a little bit above the S in the back, and then also kind of in the middle part of the S. AU55 is $14, mid-state 63 is $25, and mid-state 65 is $50. There's also a double die obverse here, and this one has clear delineation or clear separation along the notches, and also the doubling in the R, the bottoms of the U, the S, the T, and then as well as notching in the bottom of the I and the G. And then in the date, it's not quite as obvious, but it's a little bit, maybe some extra thickness. You can't actually see it that well in the date. But AU55 is $40, mid-state 63 is $150, and mid-state 65 is $300. We then get to a double die where it's 1947D. There's only a few values, but an estimate would be mid-state 65 around 150. And this one, you can clearly see it in the 4, just significant doubling there, significant, it's kind of like a shelf. Then there's also a double die reverse on the 1947S, much thicker along the coin. And I think that some of it is going to be the thickness in the A, and the M and the E. It looks like, it's just way thicker than normal, especially in the F as well. It also looks like there's a little bit of a spread north, but it's a little bit tougher to say definitely for sure. But if you have two coins compared side by side, I think that you can see the difference. AU55 is about $15, mid-state 63, $35, and mid-state 65 is $75. After that, we have our first over mint mark of the day, and this is actually a little bit challenging to see sometimes, but there's going to be a D mint mark underneath the S mint mark, so they punched it with the wrong die, then realized they were sending it to San Francisco and redid with an S mint mark. You can see kind of a bar connecting, almost making it look like a lowercase b or a 6, because that's where the bar in the D was found before. AU55 is about $14, mid-state 63 $47, and mid-state 65 $130. Then there's a repunch mint mark on the S, and this is going to be doubled all in the top of the, kind of to the top of the two parts of the S. This one also has modest values, AU55 about $15 up to about $60 for mid-state 65, but definite doubling again. And then there's a double die reverse on the 1948 Roosevelt Dime. There's some notching in the E significantly. There's a little bit in the M, bottom of the M, and side of the M, and also in the tips of the flames. AU55 is $15, mid-state 63 is $35, and mid-state 65 is $125. Lastly, there's the 1948S repunched mint mark, and you can see a little bit of the remnants of an old mint mark kind of protruding from the bottom of the coin. A little bit of, just the edge of the mint mark. AU55 is a $20 coin. Mid-state 63 is $40, and mid-state 65 is $125. So that concludes a lot of errors in this short time frame. There's going to be another one for the decade 1950 to 1959, and then there's another huge concentration from 60 to 64. So those two will also have their own presentations. Look out for those in the coming months. And looking forward to seeing you on those. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretown.yt.com, Facebook, TreasureTown, Instagram @TreasureTownYT, or Twitter @TreasureTown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.